Should we have Katie here?
Where's little Katie to hear?
Well, she's getting out of bed. It's 8:30 in the morning on a Saturday.
On Saturday.
Well, my story about Katie is this last summer, I was just amazed at her due diligence in helping Julia try to get up on skis. Julia'd go about 10 feet, fall down, and Katie'd swim out there. And then she'd go 10 more feet. Katie'd swim out there again and help her. She was out in the middle of the lake helping out Julia and never giving up. She just kept swimming out into the middle of the lake. Amazing.
That's a good story. Yeah.
Very good, yay.
Our last speaker is T with a story about Maddie. Can T come with something on the...
I think my story, there's a couple of things that I wanted to say, but I think one of them is the fact that it goes along with the swimming thing, is that she was the first of the grand nieces and nephews to swim across the lake. So she'll always carry that honor. And now
You
Max,
want to be first.
yeah. But Max did it this summer. On his first try, he went all the way. And then the other thing I think she's just great, when I watch her around her brother and sisters, I just think she's a great big sister.
That's true. That's
Nice.
true. That's great.
Very nice, yay.
First of all, I was going to compliment and tell Genevieve that she inspired me to be a little braver and a little more aggressive in trying things by her exhibit of getting up this summer off of the Aqua Buddy when she was starting to ski. She showed me that this is a possibility. And of course, you remember my experience, which didn't have quite such a very nice ending. I tore my leg right out of the socket. But because of Genevieve's example, I was able to do something that, as Max always says, Papa, you gotta believe and try. Well, there is a limit to all of that. The second thing about Genevieve is her ability she has a great self-confidence that I think is very impressive. To be able to stand up in front of the group, usually in the front of all of the grandchildren, and be the leader of the songs and the stories and the shows and the presentations, that's impressive. And a lot of qualities that I personally, being such a humble, kind of retiring fella, never exhibit as well as Genevieve does. So thank you to Genevieve for building up my courage to try and to show me that even those who are shy and retiring like myself could perhaps be in front of the crowd doing something that's worthwhile. Thank you. Thank you, Genevieve.
Wow. Nice job, Bill.
Opportunity, the assignment to talk about Adrian, I thought, well, you have really lobbed one to me, and I thank you for that. It sort of fits into the theme of picking your parents. It did really well. And the picture I wanted to show was one that everybody on this call would remember. It's Adrian in a tux having a heart-to-heart with a dog that's wearing a collar.
Oh, yes.
It's in Shorewood.
Mm-hmm.
And, I can see others of Adrian that are, kind of funny. There's one of you in a tux and a pink hat on New Year's Eve. I can't find that one. I've looked through my photographs for that, but that's a side of you too. But what I want to talk about is something that we've all known about Adrian. He's a great leader. But the piece of Adrian and Jessie, I can't think of your dog's name. Okay.
Jessie.
And all the pictures I've got of Adrian, he seems to have a dog on a leash. Are indicators of Adrian's ability to take care of people and to know who needs the care and to give them the nurturing they need at the same time. So an example of this is something that happened this summer. Everybody on this call will remember that a number of us had been grousing about the cost of skiing and the it's bad for the environment. It's taken up everybody's time. All they do all day is skiing, and on top of it, not everybody pays evenly for the gas, so it's expensive and it's unfair. And we can't have this. And I think that we got really good at complaining about it and practiced the same conversation for way too long. So one morning, afternoon, I don't remember, we were sitting at Tom's and Adrian comes over and we're just chewing the fat, and I don't know if we began our usual refrain or what, but Adrian begins by saying, I don't want to hear any more of this conversation about money. This is not about money. It's true, they don't pay. We all know. I'm glad the kids aren't on this call. So they don't pay. But money, this is not about money. And that's obviously one lesson we all knew. But money's not the measure of stuff. And silly us, we were thinking, oh, well, this is a money issue. He says, no, it's not a money issue. This is about this whole summer skiing, time to get the big picture, is about having a bonding, safe, fun experience that keeps us all together. We've just, survived a pandemic so far, and here we are together, and don't hang this on somebody doesn't buy gas. These kids are wonderful citizens. They are courteous. They are kind. This is about building community. And so what Adrian is saying, what I'm telling you about what he said now won't surprise you, but what the point of my telling you this is a couple of things. Adrian pointed us to the big picture. Adrian's always on mission, whatever it is, whether he's trying to move it fast or, guide people along, he's always on mission. He's always got the big picture. And on top of that, he's very fun and he's super sensitive. Another little quick story of Adrian. The night Beth and Katie told the story about Gami's other. Adrian, this was the side of you I didn't know. He's sitting next to me and he moves over and he's got tears in his eyes and he goes, Kathy, I didn't come here to have my world blown apart. I'm here on a vacation. And so I'm delighted to be able to say to you in front of your mom and dad and everybody, I admire you greatly, Adrian. I admire your sensitivity and your ability to lead. You're proactive, you communicate wonderfully, and you've been a great leader and friend to all of us. It's like the generations don't exist. You've always accepted us as a peer, and that's how you feel. So thank you.
Wow.
Find my picture somewhere.
Oh,